They definitely can see us. They
But the
can't.
question is,
Can
they
they hear me?
can hear us.
I don't know if they can hear me.
That's a new dilemma, not being able to hear Conlan.
No, I think something changed from its standards.
Oh
Those are
no,
both set.
Discord decided to change on its
Hello, hello,
own
hello,
again.
hello. No, I'm
Hello.
talking. Okay, I'm just stupid. I was looking at the wrong bar. I'm just dumb.
3:30 a.m., guys. 3:30
Yeah,
a.m.
it's just I'm
Hello.
tired. Okay, I'll be back in 15 to 20 minutes.
And in the meantime, hello guys.
Why, hello.
This is DisasterCast, the podcast where we sometimes talk about D&D. That was the quickest I ever did an intro on this thing in its entire existence. But yeah, me and Conlon tried out the 3:30 podcast. It being a little bit easier schedule wise for all of us, and now we got another one of our players joining us today.
Hey guys. I know I don't usually do this, but I'm not working right now, so it made it a little easier.
Mhm. How is it being up at 3:30 in the morning, Andrew?
Meh, not entirely, not entirely foreign to me, but it's been a while since I woken up this early.
Yeah, it uh, it's been a minute for me too, but we're here, and yeah, so we haven't been playing D&D for a little bit. God, we've had so many scheduling conflicts recently.
We have.
Like we're scheduled twice now. Next week though, next week we are going to find a day and play next week for session 41 in the heist. I mean, I can't believe we got 40 sessions into this campaign, dude.
I remember when you said it was going to be three.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's been like the biggest running gag between me and you this entire heist thing. Three
Three sessions.
sessions.
My
Oh,
ass. Mm.
oh, God, that's it's been hilarious this whole time. But yeah, no, I genuinely did not think you guys were gonna dive as deep as you did. I don't know why. I know you guys do typically dive deep into shit, so I don't know why I didn't expect longer on this heist. Um, but I'm glad we did it. Like, just what what was your original intentions when you came up with like Delson?
So I think, I mean, it was just to be of this the city's vigilante. I didn't really have any other bigger intentions with him.
Were you just watching a lot of Green Arrow?
I mean, I hadn't when I first created him. I just had always loved that. Obviously, I always loved that show, and that kind of served as the inspiration for the character.
Mhm. And dude, I've
And then,
been the whole campaign. I've been like slowly trying to tailor to that and stuff like that. Like when I gave you the rope arrows and stuff like that.
yep. Um,
And that quiver that you made, dude. Like
well,
just for anybody who
yeah.
didn't know, his Delson's Mobius quiver, the one that allows him to duplicate any normal arrow, like that was Andrew's decision. I gave everybody in the party like one uncommon magic item or rare magic item, and I allowed that because I thought it was a really sick like design or concept.
Hell yeah, dude. I also just didn't want to have to keep finding arrows, so
honestly, honestly, fair. Anytime I played a rogue or a ranger or anything like that that needed ammunition, especially if there's a lot of combats, god damn it, it just sucks either finding it or going to like or the best thing in the world is when you get to a city and it's like one gold piece for 20 pieces of ammunition or something. It's like, sure, yep, give me like 10.
absolutely. And
Mhm.
I had always like ever since the Guide to Wildmount came out, I always I when I saw the Echo Knight subclass, it just sounded so cool. And you when you told us that you wanted to do this one shot, I thought it would be a good opportunity to try the class out. So, and I figured it'd fit really well with what I wanted to do. So,
Well, you got more than your fair trial of this class. Um,
I did. Yeah.
but yeah, dude, it's I like the way that Delson has progressed so far in the campaign. Like you started as a 5 fighter, 1 level rogue because it's only been in the past year or so that you've really like gone hardcore into vigilantism and made a name for yourself. So you were like pretty low level rogue. Then you have a couple like weird ass days with these fuck faces that you create in the lucky sink, like the friends you make there. And it's like and all after all the shenanigans, oh, second level rogue. Like got a little bit shadier, a little bit better, the vigilantism, because mechanically, I remember everybody else could bonus action dash, hide,
Mhm.
and do that except you. And I remember in early combat that was like annoying to you that you weren't able to go as fast as everybody else.
Yep. Yes, it
It is
was. I remember that.
it's a good ability, honestly. The level 2 rogue ability, that's why so many people just dip 2 levels into rogue just to have a couple expertise and that.
Yep. I also didn't want to do more than 2 levels of rogue because if I ever do get to play Delson more and get him to a high level, I wanted to be at least level 18 Echo Knight because then that way you can create 2 echoes.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that'll be something
Mm.
where if you guys survive first, if you guys survive and in the future ever if we don't have like a full party and want to do like one shot stories, actual one shot stories with characters and stuff like that, um that's something I'm totally open to.
Absolutely, that'd be fucking awesome.
Delson and Andy team up one day, just the two of them. that's
uh,
that's something I haven't seen too many of Delson and Andy's together. Delson and Rain were like basically the two that paired of the party. I think that's because you two were like the most serious of the actual group. Like you actually were like focused on the goal. You were like the darker side of the show, where like Seabreeze, Serenity, and Andy were all like the comic relief.
yeah.
You you guys had some pretty cool moments that I liked. I loved the scene on the rooftop with you, Rain, and then Misfortune.
Oh yeah, no, that was cool.
I've gone back and watched that scene several times because I'm insane and I just watch over and over and over all these so I can remember it all. But that scene on the rooftop was just like movie esque. Like I just it was a really nice episode, the one with you two, and like the tossing the she like rained through the dagger off the edge and gave it back. You guys had a lot of like back and forth talks about like making the city a better place and like made a promise that you would together. Like I don't know, we have made some really cool movie like scenes from the time that we've been doing the heist.
Yes, we have. Most certainly have.
Your echo has been a big part of those too. Like it's broken when you can just like clone yourself.
Mm-hmm.
The weird
And
shit that you can
within
do.
swap places with that clone.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, it's so great as a fighter class too, because you already get extra attack. You can action surge, and then you get like I think up to 5 extra attacks that when you hit, your echo can hit. So in a turn,
Mm-hmm.
you can do about 8 hits at level 5 fighter. Like
Mm-hmm. And any
it's
attack I make, I can choose whether it comes from me or my echo.
mm-hmm. That is insane. 6 seconds, Andrew, just with a sword or an arrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's
Like
that's why I wanted to play it because it's a bonkers fighter subclass.
yeah, Dude, fighters are broken with their amount of attacks.
Yes, they are. Not
And
as
that's
broken as mine, though.
true. But dude, just think about it. If you did get to level 20 as a character, 18 fighter, 2 rogue, where you get 2 echoes, at that point, your extra attack will be 4 attacks in a turn. So that's 4 attacks regular, 4 attacks action surge, and then 5 attacks. No, 4 attacks because can't. No, you can actually do all 5 there. That would be 13 attacks in a turn you can do between yourself and your echoes.
That's right.
That is ridiculous.
14 attacks. Holy shit.
Hey, there's a guy over there. Not anymore. Now all you need to do is get some really kick-ass, badass sword or something. You already got a cool bow.
It's true, I do.
Do you have any bestow curses left?
I think I have 2.
Because I think it was like a number of times equal to one of your to your one. Excuse me,
Okay.
sorry. One of your modifiers.
Yes. I believe you are right. I know I have a few left.
Oh, I'm just blurry now.
Cool.
But yeah, dude, being able to do bestow curse, I don't think it's worked yet.
No. I don't think I've gotten it to work yet.
Well, you have a little bit of time left in the cache, and you are gonna have to fight your way out of here.
That's true. That is very true.
Are you worried at all for next session?
No, I don't think so.
You think that you guys are going to be able to get out easily?
Well, considering that we don't have dragon is currently not a concern right now, I don't think we're going to have too hard of a time escaping.
Well, you guys do have the Duna platform.
That's true. And Seabreeze is also about to come back with what is it?
19
12
berserkers.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on. Let's see if this fixes it. There we go.
Hey. Oh.
Dude, I could not believe it. Like, you can see it in my face in that solo session with Callum when he rolled randomly and I got the Horn of Keithel, and I was like, oh no, I think I know what this does. And I looked it up and I'm like, oh no, this does this. Callum is lucky though. If he was not all proficient in all martial weapons, what he rolled would have immediately turned on him, which would have been hilarious. Like 19 Kenkus who can all attack recklessly and go.
Oh man.
But although those are going to help your odds, the cache is still filled with those like fire creatures, the little red guard drakes, and the forgetting what they're called now, but the fire newts all over. So you guys do have a lot of numbers, but there are also a lot of numbers in there as well too.
Yes, there are.
And Delson's explosive arrows could come in handy.
Yeah, I'm really excited I found those. They're really cool.
Only ones you have only arrows you have a limited supply of because they are magical.
That is true.
But 2d8 damage on an area effect when you hit. that's a powerful thing to have on a bow attack, especially multiple versions of it. You could just explode somebody if you wanted to. You could attack 4 times in a turn with explosive arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Boom.
That is 8d8 extra force damage and 4d8 piercing damage from the hit, plus your mod for each time. That is ridiculous.
That's how we get rid of a problem.
Exactly, 100%. Just like, do you want that thing over there unalive? Yes. Okay. I didn't think this all the way through when I gave you these arrows. But
really?
cool thing about it, it may be magical, but it's magical because those seeds that are tied to the end of it, it is something where those seeds are from the Feywild.
Are they?
Or in my world, it's called the Purity. But yeah, they are one thing that is tied to the Feywild. That's where they come from.
Interesting. Okay.
So Delson technically has some Feywild seed arrows.
Interesting. Explosive Feywild seeds.
Mm-hmm. Crazy shit goes on in the Feywild. Which how far out of our realm of D&D, how far are you in Critical Role Campaign 3?
I'm on episode 26. I actually watched it yesterday, actually.
Holy shit, dude. You and I are in the same space.
Really?
I just finished 26 like yesterday or the day before, and I'm like halfway through 27 right now.
Gotcha.
I'm loving what they've been doing with the Feywild in this campaign. Like, I have strong suspicions that the final act of campaign 3 is going to
Will
take
be
place in the
in the
Feywild.
Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I
I'm
think this
also
is going to be something like that.
also what they're. I'm really curious as to where they're going on with Ruidus.
Oh yeah, everything with Laura's character. Oh my god, Imogen.
Imogen.
Mm-hmm. Did you see her latest nightmare?
In 26, when what happened?
I'll only say one thing, just try to refresh your memory, where she woke up in the storm already instead of
Yeah.
it in the distance.
Yeah.
Dude, and then when she woke up and the moon was actually flaring and like everybody's looking up at it, it's just like, holy shit, this is like real. This is something is up there communicating. And I love they were like, do we have to get to the moon? Oh, I don't know if you got this, but when she shared it, Lana was like, do we have to get to the moon? Imagine if they find a way to get to the goddamn moon.
Holy shit. That'd be fucking wild.
Dude, D&D is fucking insane. It's stupid what you can do.
Yes, it is. It absolutely is.
I am excited though. I haven't watched it yet because I watch Critical Role's episodes in order that they air when they have like one shots or Exandria Unlimited and stuff like that. I cannot wait to get to the Mighty Nine return.
Oh yeah, I did watch that. I did watch both parts of it, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's all about Ukatawa. Dude, campaign 2. Oh, what did I just knock over? Oh. 1 second. There we go. Dude, campaign 2 was just a crazy time. I don't know how campaign 1 was because I joined in when they were starting campaign 2. But yeah, I miss the dynamic of the Mighty Nine. The Bell's Hells is hilarious and are growing on me as well. But the Mighty Nine was just crazy. Everything that they did with that party.
Yeah. I mean, the Mighty Nine's always gonna have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, they played a lot of like distinct classes. Like I liked having a wizard. That's the only time they've had a wizard in the main campaign. Because
Mm-hmm.
Caleb was fucking great.
What was great?
Caleb.
Yeah, I think if I have to say, I think Caleb was probably my favorite character.
Liam O'Brien is just a very talented voice actor, and everything he did with Caleb was just like beautiful story.
And he usually plays martial classes, so it was interesting to see him play a spellcaster.
Yeah, I just loved how low his hit points are, and every single time Liam got hit, he played into it. He was just like, "Oh God, Scheiße."
Okay.
uh, but also Marisha with Bo. They have not had a monk in their party in any of the main campaigns except for Bo, and dude, she was broken with Sentinel as well.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely
Absolutely.
broken.
Absolutely broken.
They need to have more of that, but at least this time they seemed. I like how they got two sorcerers in this because that's another class that they really haven't done too much of.
That's true.
And honestly, sorcerers are a class that people downplay a lot or like forget about. But those those sorcery points and everything that you can do, like you can do you can have some crazy magical turns, being especially like the quicken spell and stuff like that. That's another one. You don't see many people play those full spell casting classes like wizards, sorcerers, and things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
if you have the focus and if you are like dedicated to the class, you can end up doing some crazy shit.
So I'm excited to play Oliver.
Oh yeah. Oh, and look
Hey,
who has returned and needs to blow his nose before he turns his mic back on.
fair. Totally fair.
Yeah, dude, this season has been like kicking my ass with stuff. I just got my flu shot yesterday. Hello.
Nice.
Welcome to DisasterCast, a D&D podcast where we sometimes talk about D&D, but mainly have so far. I'm
I
Conlan. I play Bracket, Rain, and Greg. I prepped myself the whole time driving back to do this. And on my immediate not talking about D&D topic, fuck traffic lights that are set wrong because the fucking state sometimes turns them in the wrong setting. Because there's currently one that caused me to stop, and I would have been here another minute sooner. It's a trigger light that has now been stuck on cycle, so now it just randomly stops people, and it's off cycle from the rest of the lights on the goddamn Route 1. Pisses me
it
off.
is it is 2023. Fix these goddamn lights.
It's so easy. They can make them network together. It's fucking 3:30 in the morning. There's no one on the fucking road. I should just be able to drive down the goddamn road. Okay, and I'll turn it over to...
We already introed, but
Oh, you
hi,
did?
I'll
I
do
missed
this.
the intro part. That's hilarious. I've now introed us twice.
I am Brian. I am the DM or the disaster master here at Nat Disaster. Andrew, you can intro yourself.
What up, guys? I'm Andrew. I play Delson this campaign, and pretty soon I'm going to be playing Oliver Emerald in the main campaign. My
Yes, Oliver, the character we created 3 years ago now.
Yeah, just about. I think it was February of 2020 is when we wrote him up and did his session 0 right before COVID hit.
It's
Yeah,
actually crazy.
literally right before COVID hit.
You created Delson and Conlan created Rain right around the same time together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I love not only sorry, not Delson. Sorry, I meant Oliver. Oliver and Rain, you guys created them at roughly around the exact same time, and I like how in that like area of COVID in the beginning where we all like sheltered away and you guys were writing a little bit into their backstories, you decided to make Oliver and Rain date.
Yeah. It
That
is
was
one of the most fun things because Rain one day will interact with the main campaign Nova as long as he does not die in the next 2 episodes.
well, he is a
Mhm.
wizard, so you never know.
No, I meant Rain dying. I hope
Oh,
Oliver
okay.
doesn't die. I was not wishing. I meant Rain because I still have to get out of the cache, and then have to deal with giving the crap to the corrupt evil people.
Yeah,
Both those are hazardous tasks.
yeah, just outside of a game, we take this moment and the DM plucks Rain and Delson out of their physical bodies, puts them in a room. All right, discuss what you're doing in the next session.
That's essentially what this is. Yes, that's how DisasterCast kind of
what
works.
what
Unless
are
I'm
you guys
complaining
gonna
about
do?
technology.
What are you guys gonna do? Is Rain just gonna fly the Duna platform around and Delson's gonna be like, all right, picking off
Yeah,
all these enemies?
you're the turret because I'm flying.
That's kind of the
If there's
plan,
threats,
yeah.
shoot them.
That's kind
Rain
of the
doesn't know
plan.
about the berserkers, but she's like, "God damn it, Seabreeze, you wonderful, wonderful idiot." Because that's what her opinion on him pretty much is. He
It's
gives me
hilarious.
stress, but sometimes it works out. he's
Well,
what drives me to drink, but sometimes it works out.
oh yeah, no, dude, Rain is gonna have to get ridiculously drunk after all this for the stress of this night.
I don't get to. I'm gonna have to have that kind of free time anymore. I've accepted that. That was the point of the kidnapping night, when Rain was
Oh yeah,
supposed to
the
be just having
club.
a good time.
Yep.
Was Rain realistically understands based on the information she had at that moment that after tonight, I don't get to have normal nights anymore. They're gone.
So technically, Rain's last chill night was the night of the death battle, and then
No, yeah, probably.
after the death battle, you guys got to drink and just hang out there for like an hour or so. That was the last technical like chill celebration
And that
night
wasn't
that
even
Rain
that chill
had.
either, because was that the night I had an argument with? No, that was not the night we talked to Misfortune, I don't think.
No, but you did get knocked unconscious in the death battles match.
Yeah, so it wasn't even that stress-free night. My last stress-free night was probably the night before I sent out the letters for everyone to show up.
Yeah, because the night when everybody came, you're like, oh, Delson looks competent. Oh, idiot. Oh, ex-boyfriend. Another idiot. Okay.
No, idiot and ex-boyfriend. um,
I will
yeah,
be
so that
right
the night
back.
before that,
Okay, I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back.
I don't know why he has to run away to blow his nose. I did it on camera. Like, is he like part of him gonna come out? Okay, well, I was saying,
Maybe.
yeah, Rain's probably last night where she got to like whether it be party or sit down and read a book and like drink her tea was well before this heist. So she's like, fuck, I didn't even get like a one night off. Because her as a character, if we make it through to this part of tonight, which will probably be our next session, and then the next session will be trying to get the fuck out of the goddamn Dahinata's house, and the session after that, which will move our timeline over, will have to be Rain and Delson giving in the stuff, or Rain and Andy giving in all the stuff to the Liberator, and the Devilkin, who I'm forgetting his name's people. And
The
hope we
reason
don't
was 'cause I
die.
didn't have tissues in the room.
Okay, well, get on that. Stop being a little bitch. My tissues are here. I have to blow my nose several times a day.
Yeah, I need to get like a little garbage bag in here and blow my nose.
I do just yeet them towards the trash can and hope I make it. I'm pretty good, but I miss usually about one a day. And then I have to pick it up later.
Got to keep those hand-eye coordination skills great.
That is, I only can throw tissues into that trash can. I can do nothing else. Even that I fuck up.
So excuse my my interruption. What were you guys talking about?
So this next episode is us getting out of the stupid cache. Episode after that is getting back upstairs and leaving. The third episode, this is my realism. We only have 3-hour episodes, so like it's impossible to get too much done.
Mhm.
It's not like the old days, those 6-hour episodes. Those are
It's
mad.
it's not going to take as long to get through the trap rooms going
No.
back.
That's why. Why do you think episode 2 was getting from outside of the cache to leaving the gala entirely on a Duna platform towards the city?
Mhm.
That
Although
you do understand why that was a whole episode. That was a lot of things.
Yeah,
In the episode is affronted. Based on my math, if Ray gets out of this and is able to convince the general to have a little chat, is who knows how long chat, probably in real time from the Dai's house to the transfer station.
Yeah, dude, it is.
I want
It
that
is
talk.
like
It's just so much narration and moodiness. It's just gonna be narration and moodiness.
whoever does get out of here, it's gonna be a crazy night. The other things that you need to do too. So yeah, I think there's probably gonna be like, I think we're gonna be playing this until May. I think May.
Really?
I don't think May.
You think maybe I was just if there's other things that reschedule us or something like that.
I think May is the latest we will play. How's that?
Yeah.
But I think we will finish this before May. I think when we get to near the end, you'll have the ability to be like, most of this is written. We just have to get through your goddamn fucking individual bullshit.
You guys have so many loose ends, okay?
Yeah, so I think that might be the only thing that might cause us to go a little further is somehow a loose end gets real aggressive by accident and you go, I guess we're adding like 4 more episodes for no fucking reason.
I would think it would be pretty cool if we could end the heist in either the beginning of March or the end of May, because then we will restart the main campaign either right when exactly 3 years from where we stopped it, which was middle of March 2020, or we would be starting in the beginning of June, which is when we started it 4 years prior.
I will say that I do not think we will play any sessions in June.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Wedding.
Because my wedding's smack dab in the middle of that month, and the 2 weeks before are going to be hell for me and you, Bryan.
May 31st. May 31st.
Yeah, it's our last one. Go, bye, guys. We'll be gone for the next month. And then we'll be back in July with Nat Disaster's main campaign.
I actually have a wedding I'm a part of at the end of May, so we'll see what happens.
It is the time of year.
And I just got a wedding invite for Carradin's wedding.
Oh yeah, when's that?
I didn't look at the date. I'm just like on the fridge.
Bryan, I didn't know these things. He might gets in the way of this D&D bullshit.
Dude,
I'm probably way louder than everyone else is. I haven't checked my my audio levels while I've been yelling.
Did you guys both have a lot of weddings last year?
No.
That was the year before COVID for me. Because my cousins are a little bit older than me and also super, super Christian. And Christians get married at a young age so they can fuck finally.
Jesus Christ.
I hope Delaney never watches this podcast, but my cousin Delaney, that is not that she doesn't love her significant other, she truly does, but she was in a rush because she wanted to fuck. Like, that wasn't even like subtle. There's no subtlety about it within my family who were making jokes about it. It was quite funny. I think Delaney was embarrassed. Because, like, she knew that was why, but was like, nah, I'm ready to do it, da-da-da-da-da. And her parents were like, it's because you want to fuck. They didn't say because you want to fuck. They was like, no, the two of them want to be intimate, but who gives it? They want to fuck. Let's all be honest what the real reason was. So that was 2019 was when I went to several weddings.
Last year?
I don't know why I'm so aggressive. Oh, it's because I just speed smoked a joint. So I'm like...
Nice.
I'm going to die in an hour, but that's fine.
I had 5 weddings that I had.
I know.
All just in the summer, like all from like July to October. 5 weddings, and 3 of them I was in the wedding party for. Not as many this year, but it drained me of weddings. That's why I saw Carradines and I'm like, I'm so happy. I'll care about it later.
It could be tomorrow, and you just be like, "Fuck it."
um, but so how do you think that, Conlan, I want your opinion, and then Andrew, you can chime in too. How do you think Brackett is gonna like Oliver?
Brackett likes everyone. He's a golden retriever, so like,
That's
as long as you
fair.
don't like start shooting at him, heck, even the guy I called Dave, what the fuck his name is, I do not know.
Mhm.
Bryan knows what I'm talking about, or is it Daniel I call him? I'm not sure. I've made both jokes, I think.
I think Dave. I think it was Dave.
Okay, but Dave, the bounty hunter,
Mhm.
who I blindly smited at
Mhm.
disadvantage, and
That
I
was an
still
insane
got
hit.
that bitch.
That was an insane hit. It was.
I don't know how. I think I rolled a 20 and an 18. You was like, "Yeah, you hit him." Yeah.
Yeah, I, I think, I think there's gonna be some funny combat moments with like Oliver and Brackett. Like Brackett's gonna be up close and personal with a fight, and then Andrew's just gonna like perfectly place. Oh, oh no! Oh, I know what's gonna happen.
He's gonna area affect me
Hold on,
all the fucking
hold on.
time. That's what's
No,
gonna fucking happen.
Conlan, you said Brackett's training for Shield Master. So if you say
He's just gonna
if you
randomly fireball me.
if you succeed on the save, your shield takes the entire hit. So he can literally area effect fireball you, and you can just, as long as you roll high enough. Hey.
Yeah, as he almost hits me, it hits the monster too. I'm like, rude.
Yeah,
No, that's
Andrew.
what's gonna happen. Is Oliver's just gonna area effect Brackett all the time because he's a short range bro. He's designed to literally be holding the monster with one hand and hitting it with his sword with the other. I know that's the barbarian's job, but Brackett's even more that than Jinrash does. Because
Mhm.
Jinrash is trying to sit there and swipe at 2 people. He has a little bit of a. Not he doesn't actually have that extra range, but it feels that way the way he fights.
Mhm. Yeah, he could always train for that.
Yeah, Brackett's more of a hit them in the face with the shield as your first attack. Very medieval clang and smash.
Mhm.
It's cleaving at people. I just
Yeah,
watched a
he was
very
very.
brutal medieval movie about the French. I don't know the name of the film. I was at Casey's new tattoo artist's place. I have no clue. I just know that Brad Pitt and Adam Driver were in the film. That's all I know. It was Matt Damon. Sorry, it's Matt Damon and Adam Driver. I don't know why I mixed those two up. It was in medieval France.
You
France.
good?
No. And people were getting cleaved in fucking half.
Mhm.
I was like, yeah, that's how bracket fights. This is gory as fuck. It's the goriest goddamn movie I've ever seen. And I've seen all of the Tarantino movies, so like that's saying something.
What movie is this again?
I have no clue what the movie's called. Why watch? Not a clue.
I love you said it was just on in the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, because I dropped Casey off for a tattoo, watched her as the line, made sure she was okay as the line work was getting done, and I was like, okay, I have to go finish doing all the laundry and cleaning the house. Went,
Mhm.
did all that, and came back. They were watching a scary movie before. I came back to people being cleaved in half in rural France and England in the 1300s.
Yeah.
Very different vibe. It was intense, like
That,
raining
can you
blood
imagine?
in the battle
Can,
scenes.
can you imagine there used to be a time on this earth that we exist on where you could just go for a stroll in the woods and you could be under the threat of dying by a sword?
Mhm.
Or wolf.
Mhm.
It's like there were the woods still.
Mhm.
We didn't
we
scare
didn't,
animals away. They didn't give a shit about us. We were just pathetic little thing that could occasionally hunt for fun.
and then all the humans back then. We'll show you one day. Us now, yeah, we've kind of taken over the planet.
We won! The rest of the world, the actual planet, please stop.
Please.
Cool, slow your roll.
Cool down a little bit with those greenhouse gases, guys. Okay.
Yeah. That's a fucked up way to say climate change now, isn't it?
Yeah, dude. Okay, getting serious for a second.
Oh, great.
To all you guys, dude, what is with this winter so far? It has been warm. It has been
because
ridiculously warm.
It's been warm here. It's been weirdly warm here, but in the actual center of the country, it's been very cold.
Yeah, the TikToks and stuff like that, but
yeah, it's very cold and snowy in the center of the country and in Upper Canada.
Many snow days. We've had several rainy days this winter, but only like one snow day.
It wasn't even really a snow day; just snow came down.
Yeah,
I don't think it stuck for more than like 30 seconds.
Climate change. Like I'm just looking at it. I'm just like, yeah.
Also, remember there are El Nino and El Nina seasons for storms. And we've been unseasonably. I think it's. Are we in El Nino? I don't remember, dude. I'm not
meteorologist.
Meteorologist. No, I was looking for the other one that was about atmospheres, and I realized I was just wrong. It's okay. We're moving on. I'm not one of those meteorologist boys, so I don't know which one it is. But the one we've been in for like. That's why we've had these couple years of really wet, warm winters. Is because we've just been stuck in a cycle, and usually doesn't last this long, which means it's going to be a big swing soon. And we're going to get hit in the face by like 13 feet of snow and be like, well, now what?
You guys remember the winter of 2010, I believe it was? Winter of 2010 or 2011, one of those years.
No, 2013 was the worst year.
No, it was my sophomore year in high school.
Oh yeah, our sophomore year was pretty bad. But remember how delayed our senior graduation was?
Oh yeah, they pushed it back to June 26th. That was the latest they would push it back.
Yeah, they began taking away days later in the year. We lost our April vacation.
Because you had so many snow days.
Well, also a hurricane hit 2 days before school and knocked power out for the entire city of Milford.
That'll do it.
Except my house.
Except for like Bryan's house and the high schools because they're on main roads.
Literally, I had so many of my friends coming over to my house so they can like charge their appliances and stuff. My dad was pissed. He's like, my electric bill.
But oh my god, it was so bad. So we got like school delayed 2 weeks because the town was so fucked up from this hurricane. And then we started school late. So we started off with 2 weeks that we lost days. And then we got another week and a half of snow days that year. Including like a really major snowstorm.
I forgot about that, but the reason was just because my sophomore year in February alone, we got like 112 total inches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the one time where I remember going away for a trip, and then the city of Milford got 36 inches.
Oh yeah, dude.
Overnight, not over multiple days. Overnight, it went from 3 inches on the ground to 36.
Yep.
It was literally a blizzard. It was like those like storm of the century. Ambulances get stuck in the winter. Like dude, one of those like movie like things.
We had our February vacation, our February 1 week break that we have. And we had another week off right after it because of how bad the snow was. So we had a 2-week February vacation that year.
We just didn't go to school during February.
Yeah, literally over half of February, we did not go to school.
I skied a lot that year. There's multiple times where...
Was it bad for you as well in Massachusetts?
Wait, what? That year?
Yeah.
What year was this? 2010?
Yeah,
2010 to 2011, I believe.
That was my freshman year of high school. I don't really remember. I know.
Yeah, that's the time of your life you kind of actively block out. Being a freshman, forget about it.
I'm pretty
Anytime my
sure
brain
it
remembers,
was.
I just shudder.
I think it was my sophomore year of high school. So it was actually the fall of 2011, where like just right before Halloween, we had a blizzard.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
No,
And it was
yeah.
the craziest thing. We
No,
delayed
but remember,
Halloween.
no, Brian, also remember, we got a hurricane a week before that, and half the town had no power still.
Yep.
And then
I had no power, and they're like, well, you have to go to school tomorrow. I'm like, there's no power at my house. I can't take a shower. Like, it was that, and then we got a blizzard, like, the day after the hurricane where everyone lost power, and then the storm brought a blizzard down from Canada, and it dropped from 70 to 30, and then snowed 6 inches. And we're just like, can we catch a break?
Well, what was that special? What the guy was like, if it goes from 90 to 30, if it drops 60 degrees in 3 hours, like there was a special.
You know you live in New England when?
No, let me tell you something. Temperature drops 60 degrees in 3 hours. Fuck a jacket. Grab a lead vest. Because shit's gone nuclear. Plans are canceled.
Welcome to Connecticut. That happens all the time. Remember the other day when it was 55 degrees and it dropped to 3?
Yeah. Dude, we were at work. That was the Friday before Christmas. It was December 23rd. They were planning to close the store early. Anyway, it was like 8 instead of 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
But they made the decision at 3:30 saying, "Hey, we're going to close at 5 instead because the roads are going to freeze and all."
Yeah, they're
and
going to flash freeze because it had been raining the day before.
Yeah, so literally in an hour and a half at work, we had to get everything done that was supposed to happen in the next 4.5 hours.
Is this supposed to be a D&D podcast?
Yeah, as stated, a D&D podcast that sometimes talks about D&D. We're allowed to tangent. Me and Bryan determined that early on when we began planning this, when we did quote test sessions, me and him would sit in the garage in the freezing cold and just talk, and we're like, this could be a podcast. You know how every white guy does.
Just extra content and a way for us to get together for a couple hours and just chat about.
Yeah, because now we're saying it's for a purpose. It's a business.
That's funny.
What was I had a full train of thought that was going, and it's gone, detracted.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
No, Brian's continuation on your joke is what ruined it. I still had it, and then Bryan kept talking. It's okay, Bryan.
That's what I do. Fine, I'll just turn off my camera and my mic. I'll stop talking.
Please, no. We don't want you to do that. Bryan, us talking is the whole point of this podcast. It's literally what we started DisasterCast to be. So I do enjoy hearing you talk. I just have scatterbrain.
I'm just making a joke.
I know. Oh no, your camera's not turning back on.
It's not?
No, it did. It finally did. It took forever, though. It took long enough where I got worried.
Normally, that's Callum's problem.
Yes, we sometimes talk about D&D. This was an excuse that if me and Bryan ever tangented, because we always did by accident, because we talk about something about D&D, like, say, blah blah's character is based on this character from this anime, and then we begin talking about that, and then switch over to Legend of Zelda. It's because we knew we'd keep transitioning topics back to D&D.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, Andrew. Did you hear about Jeremy Renner?
I did.
Yeah, someone said that in the chat.
God.
Something about
He
Jeremy.
He got run over by a snowplow.
Like, seriously. Dude, they won't tell us. I think he might have lost his leg. They will not tell us. But the damage
The information seemed back and forth.
They said he lost a lot of blood. His neighbor needed to apply a tourniquet, and then he was rushed to the hospital in a critical condition.
That's all we really know.
Dear God, I hope that he does get to keep his leg, but Yeah, I'm so scared
I
he's
don't
not
know.
going to.
From what
I
I
He
don't know.
did
understand
he did put out an
recently.
Instagram post last night though of himself okay, but he was like just bloodied in the hospital bed, and he was just like, "Hey, thanks for love and support. I can't really type right now. I'll keep you guys updated." So at least he's like okay, but I just want
Yes,
them to tell
He's
us
not
like,
dead.
he's not
yeah,
dead.
but like, dude, what the fuck? That came out of nowhere. I did not expect that.
From what I understand,
Mm-hmm.
he's had 2 or 3 surgeries to try and see what they can do. And it's one of those things we won't get the results for that. For all we know, he's still sitting in bed. They're trying to wait to see if the surgery worked. Because things like that, sometimes that's how it is. If you have a lot of nerve damage, surgery might work.
Hmm.
I don't know what I'd ever do if I lost a limb.
I don't like to think about it.
No.
It's really
Because
something
I already
that
have
it is
issues with
horrifying to think
suicidal
about.
ideation. I don't need to think about things so traumatic that would push me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I have thought about so much in my life is what if I lost one eye?
I could do
Like,
one eye because I have
like,
I
terrible
think I
hand-eye
could.
coordination, anyways.
mhm. Like I've driven sometimes, and while I'm driving, I'm just like, I could do this.
I could do this.
I can do
I could do
this.
this.
That's very funny. I can do this. It's fine. I only do that because sometimes my eyes turn off.
My peripheral vision is a little smaller. This is the range I can see with my fingers
Oh,
from
so you guys
this
aren't
eye.
just used to like one of your eyes just turning to gray instead of being able to see out of it?
Oh no, no, that happens if I've been like laying down for a little bit and then I get up and just my vision just cuts out and it's just like,
No, that's just you having blood circulation issues for a second, Brian. I mean, like, I blink sometimes and there's something in my eye, and my eye goes, "Hey, sorry, we're just gonna unfocus this eye for a bit. We're figuring it out. We'll see in a bit." And I just can't see out of that eye anymore. It's just, oh, that's a gray blob, and this eye I can kind of see out of. It usually happens during allergy season because my eyes just get gunk in them, and sometimes my eyes don't make
Uh-huh.
enough fluid, and it makes my eyes dry. And when my eyes get dry, apparently they just stop working.
how about you, Andrew? Any eye problems? I haven't seen you wearing glasses in a really long time.
I mean, uh,
It's still bad, but you just deal with it, or do you wear contacts?
yeah, I don't wear contacts. I haven't tried contacts in a while. I tried contacts a little while ago and I couldn't get them out. So I was like, I can't do this.
That is my
And my, that
one.
was,
That's
That's
one
yeah,
of my
Brian. Is the
serious
reason I
things.
wear glasses. I can't touch my eyes.
Yeah.
I hate when
yeah,
I have to when there's like gunk in your eyes. I hate when I have to touch my eyes then.
I'm weird. Yeah, I touching my eyeballs freaks me out.
For anybody who follows my Instagram, which I haven't touched in like over a year, but like 2 years ago when I was Itachi for Halloween, I tried
Oh
for an
yeah,
hour and a half
I
to
remember
put in
about this.
Sharingan contacts, and I couldn't do it. I was trying to overcome my fear of touching my eyes, and I couldn't do it. It was so frustrating. I'm like, well, I guess when my eyes start failing, I will have to go to glasses. This is what I'll look like, guys. These are my computer glasses.
Nice, not
Those
bad.
are so glary.
That's why I just angled myself.
Yeah.
Hold on,
You actually look fine. Most people look fine with glasses. There are some people who look ugly with glasses, it is true. But most people look
Mhm.
fine. If you're already conventionally, like, good enough, you're fine.
Oh my god, guys, I got the anime glasses. Hold on, wait.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hold
Okay. How I was gonna actually loop us back into D&D? That was my joke was we loop back to D&D. Well, Brian then looped to a
And
completely different topic.
I was about to say, hey, and there's a perfect example of our tangents.
As you were saying, like my joke was each of your characters, what type of characters do they remind you of? Like obviously we know Delson's based on Arrow and that dark brooding, a little bit of Batman, a little bit of Arrow.
Vengeance.
Vengeance. It's okay.
You
Rain
have
also is slightly
failed
based.
this city.
Rain is also slightly based on Batman, so she is the literal same character origin. She just didn't get to stay rich. My parents are murdered.
And she doesn't dress up like a bat.
That's because she doesn't have issues. Like those issues. Like
Are
Rain just said that Batman's more broken than she is. And her parents were murdered when she was 4.5, and she was forced into an orphanage to go die.
At least Bruce had a little bit longer with his parents.
Yeah, he was like 10 or 11, and he got to stay rich forever. The literal richest man on the planet in universe.
And he got to keep Alfred. Rain didn't have an Alfred.
Yeah, he didn't even have like fucking foster parents. He got to like have a normal, like, grow up normal-ish. Just mom and dad are dead. Brr.
Mm-hmm.
I have an issue with justice. Brr. Okay, now I'm just being a cunt.
I've just recently started liking Batman stuff. I've given it a chance, and I'm like, oh, I've unjustifiably hated Batman most of my life because of Robin from Teen Titans.
Really?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I my first DC show was Teen Titans, and Robin was just like, oh, I left Gotham because I was stuck in the shadow of Bruce Wayne, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow, Batman must be a dick. But then you really think about it, and who the hell funded the Titans Tower? It was Batman. Robin was
Yeah.
still living under Batman.
Yeah, Batman was already funding the Teen Titans program, which is the Justice League like Junior. Essentially, they're in training, so that way, they deal with the small threats, so Justice League can deal with the big crap. There's like, see, we have these superpowered teens. They deal with small potatoes, so we don't fucking have to.
And occasionally a demon will come out of one of these characters and try to take over the world, and they have to deal with that. But really, the Justice League should have been around for Raven's dad.
Yeah.
What was his name again?
My read when I
Trigon.
was watching the show was the fact that when Trigon showed up out of, that whole arc with Raven and those, was it 4 episodes or whatever that was? Because that was actually like, for once, like a really long set of bullshit.
Yeah, it was called
show.
like the end or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
my read was, at least when I was a kid, was the Justice League didn't help because they were so close to Raven when it happened that they were still there, and I think the Justice League just got stuck outside of the ability to help. Because it was like a bubble effect when it first happened. I mean,
I thought it just affected the Earth.
Well, as stated, I think it's just they were close enough to Raven that they were fine and still had powers. And I wonder if this guy's all powerful and whatnot. That's how I read it, or maybe that's how I headcanoned it to explain it away from my own brain. I don't know. That's how I always read that.
Going to make you question all of existence. You quickly Google and you see they show an image of the whole Earth, and you're like, motherfucker, why wasn't
even if it was the whole Earth? My brain literally just wrote it as that's how it was solved. That's how I wrote. I'm able to suspend disbelief in shows so easily. Like, other people are like, I don't get it. Well, I'm like, who cares? It's a show. Like, yeah, plot holes can be frustrating. My only super frustrating ones are when people are in 2 different places at clearly the same time. That's the only thing I can't reconcile. I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
How'd that person get across LA in 6 minutes? That is literally impossible, even via helicopter.
You know what Trigon should have done if he wanted to win?
Killed the Teen Titans just like immediately.
I mean, fair, yeah.
Like, he had the ability. He gave them time because was being. I don't know. That's the biggest plot hole. Yeah, he's like, oh, I'll just have a game with them. Ah, crap, they're more powerful than I planned. He could have just been like, oh, ain't you cute? Smash.
No, I was just gonna say, like, how he made clones of all of them. Just make a clone of Batman and give him an hour to plan. He'll kill them.
Yeah, they'd all be gone. Starfire would be in some kind of containment field where her powers don't work. He just sent Robin's hundreds of photos of his dead parents. Cyborg got stuck in a mind palace where he is human, is the original Cyborg, and he just can't get out of his own brain because, he's a part robot, so you can just plug him in. I don't know. Beast Boy is stuck in an animal form, which people have done all the time. That's just normal.
Mm-hmm.
You just make sure he's stuck as a very small animal and put him in a cage. So many. I like that they use that as a not a trope because they use a lot, but they use that as a easy way to defeat Beast Boy. Is Utopia changes into the wrong animal and put him in a cage, and then he's just stuck.
Yep.
What about Raven?
Raven was already dealing with her own issues. Her dad showed up. I feel like that was debilitating enough, man. Once you took, this was right, had he just taken away all of her friends, that would have fucked her brain enough that she would have been fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Raven was just a child when they were in that hellscape. So.
Yeah. Well, that's the key. Is she was in a childish version of herself. So if you took away all of her friends, because it was essentially what like a lost world, where essentially for Raven, that's how it interacted with her. Is she was stuck inside her own mind. So if her friends were obliterated, there was no coming back because they're who grabbed her from where she not doing well to be ready to fight her dad because she literally is the only one who could.
Yeah.
Everyone else is literally useless.
Dude, we were blessed with the Teen Titans as a show when we were all growing up. What's
crazy is that was a handful of episodes in that really, really good show. That wasn't even like a whole season arc. That was like 4 episodes. It was two two-parters, if I remember correctly.
And dude, everything with Robin and Slade in there as well too.
Well, yeah. It's the funny part is if you look back at it, you realize how easy it is to manipulate Robin.
Yeah.
Because he has such huge trust issues. He just inadvertently trusts people who slightly gives him a little bit more affection. That's all it takes.
Yep.
I imagine they should. I hate how they kept his name Slade once I realized his actual name in the DC universe, like his hero.
It's Slade Wilson. Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Slade Wilson, but his like super evil villain name is Deathstroke. I'm like, I get why they didn't put that in the
Yeah, he's Deathstroke.
Show.
I knew he was Deathstroke, and he was just using Slade.
I did not.
This is once again headcanoning a show because I knew who Deathstroke was before because I had been watching the DC Justice League show and all that stuff that came out before Teen Titans. I watched all those shows of Batman and Superman and all that stuff. So I watched all those and loved them. So I knew who Deathstroke was. I knew he was Slade Wilson. So since I already knew that information, I just thought because he was just fucking with the kids and using a different name to mess with them so they didn't know who it was. That's what I thought. So he just kept using Slade and they're like, who the fuck is Slade? That's what I honestly thought the whole time through the show. That was my assumption because I thought that was I thought it was a good gag. Maybe I just wrote my own joke.
Well, Deathstroke has kept a really good ruse up this entire time. They still haven't figured out who he was.
Yeah. Like, I thought it's because they're kids and they're not always perfect at their job, clearly. There's multiple episodes where they fuck up their job. Because they're teenagers, and that's fine. They're allowed to make mistakes.
I think that's where your brain was justifying things for you. Oh, it's okay to make mistakes and fuck up my job. It's fine.
I reiterate, I'm great at headcanoning shit in shows. I'm great at it. When I see people complain so heavily about something stupid, that's just because 2 writers didn't talk to each other clearly for 2 different scenes, and it caused a slight tonal change between them. It's like, dude, it's fucking people writing this shit. Maybe it's because I know how to write shows and understand that. But I'm like, it's a group of people. They're doing their best, okay? Writers make mistakes. Just write it in the headcanon that this is a story being told to you through someone else's voice. It's not the direct characters telling it to you. And this is why Star Wars works for me. It is a group of stories being told from the Book of the Wills that we are taking in secondhand from a different language. So there's going to be mistakes.
Ooh, I got an interesting question for both of you for this podcast. I want to start with Andrew. Um, Andrew, if you could write and like direct a final season to a show that ended that you loved, what show would you do? Or it doesn't even need to be a show. It could be a video game too, or anything like that. Just a
Whoa.
continuation of something.
Ooh, that's a good one.
For me, so I'll start so you guys can both think. I would want to make a Dead Space 4.
Fucking A.
And for
Uh,
anybody who doesn't know, Dead Space 3's DLC ended on a cliffhanger. Spoiler for a now 10-year-old game. Um, oh
It's
my
okay.
god,
We're a
10
good
years.
podcast. We always say spoiler and then immediately yell what we're spoiling.
Mhm. Um, the necromorph infection and the Brother Moons made it to Earth, and Isaac and John Carver got there, and it just ended and cut to black. I
mhm.
need to
That's
know
because
what
the
happened
studio. That's because
next.
the guys who were writing that got left their jobs.
No, it also the game didn't sell well enough for EA, so they didn't really want to continue it.
Fucking
Yeah, the
EA.
Dead Space is never coming back unless it gets redone.
Conlan,
Yeah,
it's coming back this month.
yeah.
Is it?
They
Full,
remastered the first game.
well, it's not. It's a full remake of the
Okay,
first game.
no, that remaster doesn't count. We're talking about how they began redoing some of the Halo lore recently and stuff. Where they're
Mhm.
re-releasing games, but then they're kind of redoing them.
Well, no,
Mhm.
this full remake of Dead Space they're doing is the entire first game over again, but they remade it from the ground up, like adding
Oh yeah, you had
scenes
to re-engine
and
it,
things.
Bryan,
And
but they're using
also,
Mhm.
this using the
go
same
ahead.
voice lines and crap. They just had to
Well,
The
no,
re-engine the
remake.
whole game.
actually, no, they even added more in because
Oh
Mhm.
well,
the
it's because the game
the
could be bigger.
the protagonist Isaac did not talk at all in the first original Dead Space, and they actually added constant dialogue for Isaac that fit the game and stuff like
And they're
that.
also including a lot of content that was cut in the original game.
Yeah, they had to fit on a goddamn DVD.
Mhm.
You know
This
how
was
much you
Now,
have to
2000.
cut when it's on
This,
a
this, this,
DVD?
yeah, this was 2008, so or 2007.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's on a
yeah,
DVD for the original Xbox, Xbox 360, right?
I think
mhm.
so. Yeah,
All right, let's find out. Let's find out when was Dead
I don't
Space
remember what.
made.
No, I
I
don't
want to say
remember.
2000. I want to say 2007.
Let's see.
My answer is I don't really have a great answer for what I would continue. Because some things I think they're doing perfectly fine. I could definitely write some. Wednesday, I could write some continuation of it easily based on what I know about the characters, but that's about it I
Uh,
can think of.
yeah, I think
2008.
2008. Okay. Yeah, I think what would I want to do? Like, I want to say. hmm,
I just worry I'm too shitty of a writer to continue on something that's really good. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
My whole screen just froze.
While you're
Oh,
still here,
we're back. We're back. Literally, okay. I might need to clean out my computer soon.
when was the last time you dusted it?
I don't remember.
Probably when I put it there.
No, when Sam's brother lived here, he cleaned it for me once. So probably October or September.
You're doing okay. Every 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a hot. It's been a hot minute. Just fine. I think longer than
That's
that.
because you keep on thinking you're about to replace it, and then you keep pushing it off.
Because money and
Because you're like, part of your brain's like, but I'm about to put in a new case. But I'm about to put in a new case. But I'm about to put in a new case. And you just keep doing that, so then you've just never dusted it since. I've done that before.
I'm gonna be right back. Random thought. My is clearly why I have some sort of attention issue. But I just remembered I bought a Mega Millions ticket last night. So let me go see if I won that shit.
I'm
Oh
meant
man,
to, but
please, I want a job, Bryan.
I mean, if he, I mean, if he
Please.
wins, I know I'll. If he wins, I'll know who. I'll at least get enough money to pay off my debt.
Yeah,
That's all I
instantly
want.
like, cool,
That's
dude.
all I.
The dream to
That's
just do
that's all I
D&D shit for
want.
like, even if we only get 6 months and we have to go back to being real people again, good enough. Good.
Cool, cool.
Sold.
Yeah, the 6 months where I can just focus on me and not have to work.
Like, we're still working, but we're having fun. We're doing what we want to do, which is game.
Oh man, I would love to do like watching Critical Role. Like
It's the dream. It's what I want
I,
us to one day be able to do.
I want us to be able to just do this for a living. That'd be fucking cool.
I'm working on it.
Yeah,
This year,
and
actually,
then
will begin streaming. I got 3. You can't see the Lego sets, I realize. We're behind the curtain.
nope, I did not win.
Damn you, gods.
Okay.
Come
I
on.
mean the odds are 1 in 300 million. So
I've defied the odds before, Andrew.
I know. I meant to buy a ticket last night, but I never got to the store.
No,
I
So I
forgot
guess
how high it's at.
785 million.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
that's it, and that's if you take the annuity. If you take the cash option, it's like 250 million.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no, $250 million.
How much is the payout per month for the annuity?
Let's see here. So if it was 735 million, it's paid
Yeah.
out over 29. It's a monthly payment paid out over 29 years.
I don't know these. I don't like read these fine print bits. I probably used to, but I've forgotten
Oh,
them because I don't play lottery.
I thought it was more than 29 years, but honestly, it's only worth getting the annuity if you're like the latest in your 30s, because there's a good chance you'll live out the whole 29 years. Once you get into your 40s and 50s, it's just like,
Yeah,
eh.
payout.
I mean,
Also,
yeah, I
some
mean,
people want.
even if you die, your family is still entitled to that money.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
but
still your money.
most people take the payout because the key is you have to pay taxes on it every single year
Yep.
that you have that
Mhm.
money. So you end up, I think it ends up being almost a break even, where even if you take the annuity, you actually do lose a whole bunch of money to taxes. And I think just getting the lump sum becomes easier because then you can quickly invest it and make your
Mhm.
money, make more money than this, which you can't constantly invest easily.
Mhm.
That's why most financial investors say take the lump sum, pay the taxes on it.
Yep.
Then we're going to take 100 million of it and immediately invest it in something that will make money back.
Can I just take a moment here to add to this conversation? Fuck taxes.
Well, yes, but we do need them.
Yes, it's kind of how society functions.
But fuck taxes. Dude, it takes about $500 to $700 out of my paycheck every single month, or every
Yeah.
single bi-weekly period.
You should check all of your deductions and make sure you're getting everything you're supposed to be getting.
I do.
Okay, I'm just saying. That's a lot. Like, I don't know how much your weekly check is, but
Oh, wait, actually, hold on. That's total of everything, like everything else. It's like $400 to $500. But sorry, 401k takes money out too, and stuff like that, which is
because it should be about 30 to 33% in Connecticut.
okay.
So if it's any more than that, that's too much. If it's any less than that, you're winning.
Okay, still though, 30% of a paycheck
Well, that's because I think it's about
stupid amount.
like 12% goes to the Fed, and then the rest of it all goes to the state.
Yeah, no, Connecticut fucks us on taxes. Sorry,
No, we have
Connecticut.
high taxes in the state. It's the reality of it. And it's been getting, like, so this is my opinion. I have no problem paying high taxes as long as I get nice stuff. That's always been.
Connecticut doesn't give us nice things.
We've been getting better recently, which has made me happy at least. At least Lamont has tried to do stuff and actually spend our money better compared to Malloy. Fuck. it really didn't take anything to be a better governor than our last governor, because all he did was raise taxes and give us nothing. Actually, we got less things sometimes. Sometimes he fired teachers, and we're like, you asked us for more money, and we got less things. Where's the money going?
So at least we improved there.
Yeah, our current governor's like, I'm trying to not raise your taxes, but I'm gonna try and get you more things, because clearly there's a disconnect. He's doing his best. I don't know if he's fucking it up or not, because I don't fucking care about state politics. We have a very stable state. It's not like Connecticut's going anywhere.
Mm-hmm. We've been around since the beginning.
Yeah. We're one of the original states. Even if the country breaks up, the Northeast will still be one region and be like, good luck, everyone else. We have the financial backing of the entire country. We literally live in one of the richest areas in the entire world, period. God, we're fucking privileged. It's one of those things we're complaining about our 33% taxes where all of our roads are normally paved and all the plows work and we have trash collection.
Not in all places. In our area of Connecticut.
Well, it's because it's a city by city ordeal.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's based on your city council's decision of how they will do trash or not.
Yeah.
That's why we pay even more taxes to live here in Milford. It's because we have city water, city fire, city police, city trash, all of it. Adds to our tax bill. Taxes on our cars.
Yeah, I just got one of those.
Thanks
for reminding me.
Yeah, haha, that you idiot keeps buying new cars. Fucking moron. I spent $13.70 on Tahoe.
No, I just got the one for my 2003 CRV. It was $97. I'm like, oh, fuck.
That's hilarious. Like, admittedly, the CK is $100 because the CK actually has a Kelly Blue Book value. Tahoe has antique plates, so as a set mount, the truck's worth $500 to the state of Connecticut. Doesn't matter what its real value is, so it's $13.70 because that's what the percentage works out to make it be. So boom, $13.70, nothing for Tahoe for taxes, and she probably uses the road more than the diesel truck does.
Andrew, what year is your car?
2018.
Oh yeah, you're getting fucked by taxes on that. Just
well, unless he doesn't have a city car taxes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
He doesn't have car taxes in his city. Not every city has to do it.
Yeah, I have an excise tax I pay every year, but I think my excise tax on my car last year was like $70.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, it's because Milford has a hot. Because remember, we have our taxes that we give to for our cars goes to the beach maintenance and for the library and for our roads and for all the other fucking... Remember, Milford has a whole crap ton of services. We have one of the best fire departments in the entire country. Like, there's a reason we have high taxes, Bryan. We live in a city that has a really good police department, has a really good fire department, has a hospital in the city, has miles of beaches. It takes money to maintain that and make it all nice. Remember, we lived in a privileged community.
That is fair.
I know we're both complaining and bitching, but when we move somewhere else, we're both gonna be like, man, they don't have any things.
Yeah, we're just privileged white boys here.
Yeah, we're gonna move to more rural places in the state because that's probably what our next plan for both of us is. And we're just gonna be like, man, there's no fire department. Because we grew up in a town where the fire department shows up in 5 minutes, no matter where you live in town. They're there. Mm-hmm. Now the volunteers, they'll get there. Maybe you'll have a house. Depends. Did you donate money to them this year? That determines their speed.
Oh, dude, I keep getting those calls.
Oh, donate to the fire, to the police, or the fire?
Both.
Oh, the union? You can tell them to ask you to come off the list.
Okay, I'll remember that for next time, because it's just hard each time. I'm just like, no. I need food. I can't give it to you.
Yeah, if you get it in the mail, there's a way to. I know in the mail you can say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I do not have the financial ability. Can you please send this to me again in 5 years?" There's like a check it
5
because
years
they
is too
understand.
soon. Try 50.
That's just what the fucking box says. Okay, I'm not the guy who writes the letter. Why are you yelling at me?
I thought you were just pulling a year out of your ass.
I was, but it's probably 5 years. That sounds like a reasonable amount of time to be like, yeah, in 5 years you can make a difference. 2 years is too short. That's every 2 years you get a letter. That's annoying. 5 years seemed reasonable.
2 years is over like 700 days.
Yeah, that's nothing. Look at the campaign. I'm sorry, 2 years is no time, Bryan.
True. Our campaign has been 2 years, or actually,
Yeah, 2 years is.
2.5 years.
I used to think 2 years was a lot of time. And sometime around the time I was 25, I began to realize 2 years was not a lot of time. Because 25 to 27 went like a rocket ship. Post-COVID was like, ew! The past year and a half, I don't even know where it went. Like, it was, I just quit my job. What? It's already been a year. Like, mind blown. How's it already been that long?
I have been at CarMax for, in May, it will be 4 years that I've worked there.
So I reiterate, 2 years, not a long time. As soon as you go past 2 years, it becomes an actual, like, time. Which is weird, because, like, when you're, like, a 5-year-old, 2 years was, like, a literal lifetime. But you also were 5. I think you maintain that mentality into your teens, because, like, 2 years always was crazy. 2 years in high school is going from a freshman to a junior. That's... It's impossible.
But once you get into your 20s, it's just like, I do my hair slightly different.
Yeah, like, I think my character change is way different, and then you're working, so half of your day, most of your days are monotonous, so you're like, wow, I've done literally nothing. Like, yeah, I worked, but it was always for stupid reasons.
In high school and college, yeah, you had your scheduled classes, but your days were your own. Like,
yeah, your days were your own, and you're building friendships that last lifetime. You're trying to have relationships, trying to get laid, doing all those things. So it made it feel like things were happening. Things were always happening. You'd be going through different relationships, but as soon as you begin hitting like a more consistent keel in life, whether it be consistent job or consistent relationship, or whatever, you realize you're like, wow, 2 years is just flies by.
Yes, it does. Also, a global pandemic will do that.
Yeah, it fucks with your ability to know what time is, since you sat around and did literally nothing for months, and you're like, I'm going to die. And then this year's been insane. It's been insane that it's about to be a year since the Ukraine war started. Like, I remember vividly that night that Twitter exploded about that. It feels like that year is just by.
No, as soon as news broke of that, I was like, well, I guess this is how World War III starts.
Yeah, I was like, wow. Freaking NATO, freaking Poland over there holding the red button that says Article 5, the entire war. It's like, come on. Oh, that was near us. Come on. Hit me.
when Ukraine spray stray missiles hit Polish civilians and everybody.
Someone had to grab them from hitting the button.
Wait. We need to confirm that was Russian.
It's Russian looking. Yes, because Ukrainian missiles and Russian missiles look the same. It's almost like they're both former Soviet bloc countries.
Yeah.
Oh man, Poland was so ready to hit the button. They're excited. They're like, tag us in, coach. Tag us in.
Yeah, the Ukrainian president got Time Magazine's Person of the Year.
As did the Ukrainian people.
Oh, I didn't see that portion of it. I just
saw it said Vladimir Zelensky and the spirit of the Ukrainian people.
No disrespect to Time Magazine. Does anybody really care still? Like,
There are people who care because it was such a big deal for so long. But no one. But recently, is how the New York Times and Time as an organization has been. They're such cunt bags. That's the only way to describe it. Extra mean. Fucking cunt bags, actually. Because they now paywall everything, including vital new election news sometimes.
oh, so they won't let you read any of their articles unless you pay.
Correct. If you have a Google account, you can get 3 articles a month. But that's if you're reading the news and active in the news. That's no articles. You can go through that in 2 days if it's a busy news day.
Yeah.
And also, it counts if you accidentally click on a New York Times article and you didn't mean to. It counts against your 5. I've done that by accident scrolling. Sometimes Facebook freaks out when you're scrolling. It clicks on the link and you left your finger there for a millisecond. You're like, hey, stop. I was looking at whoever's face picture from Cancun or whatever. Because you pause to look at something and it's like, oh, let me launch the link. And you're like, no, stop. That counts against you as you hit the exit button. You've now lost whatever random article you just opened. Gone from your 5. I hate when that happens. Nowadays,
there should be a time that you stayed.
You're correct, but the New York Times wants your fucking money.
Yeah, because nobody subscribes to papers or buys them on the streets anymore.
Oh, absolutely
we get the newspaper delivered still, but we only get the local newspaper delivered.
Do people actually read the newspaper that gets thrown at their house?
My dad does.
Oh, well.
My dad's not a person who likes using his phone, so every morning he reads the newspaper. Also, a lot of stuff for local, voting and politics, whether it be for, Board of Aldermen or the Zoning Commission, ends up in the paper and not easy to find online. So just getting the local paper, it'll say, decision on blah, blah, blah school made. And you can, see what's going on if you had, a project that was supposed to go through, a selection committee or whatever. So that's the real reason my dad gets the papers. So that way he knows what's going on with local politics, because all the local websites are shitty too.
I used to be so excited about writing articles and published in newspapers and stuff like that. But then, and I was like, man, being a journalist sounds fun. And then journalists started getting beheaded, and I was like, man, journalism doesn't sound fun anymore.
Yeah, you literally went into college with the idea, I'm going to get a degree in journalism. And then partway through college, oh no. I remember that about you, Bryan.
I knew I wanted to be creative writing major. I never was journalism major, but I had to creative writing with the focus on using that and my time on the newspaper to become a journalist or something like that when I got out. And journalists started getting beheaded. The 2016 election happened and journalists were just hated on and death threats and stuff like that, and I was like, fuck that noise.
Yeah, now I have to change what I use my creative writing degree with. Great. Journalism was the one thing that was an easy in. Because the one group of people oh yeah, creative writing, perfect.
All I could do is write reviews, but not many people are hiring for that, so.
Yeah, it's hard. It's okay, Bryan. When we get those millions of dollars, we'll get you writing reviews, whatever you want.
My Google reviews are quite a hit, though. When I go on and put a paragraph.
You're ranked highly on Google reviews.
I'm what's called a local guide for Google because people can follow my reviews for places.
You do know by me just hitting 5 stars on things, I have the exact same title.
Yeah.
By literally doing the bare minimum. Occasionally answering, yes, that's where the entrance to that gas station is.
Yes, these are the hours.
When it asks you questions when you get places, I do it all the time. And that's been just enough, because it's just a point system.
Mm-hmm.
That is meaningless. So it doesn't matter if you write 40 really good reviews, or you just say, yes, that's where the entrance is 40 times. They're the same amount of points.
But growing up in the 90s and 2000s, engraved in our brains a desire for points. With
No,
video games and the way things were scored, points. Give me points.
well, that's literally how like Gas Buddy and things like that work.
Mm-hmm.
I used to try and do Gas Buddy points. I used to be addicted to of all places, the Weather Channel's point system. Because you could get Amazon gift
Really?
cards. If you watch
Really?
a certain amount of ads, and when it first started, they didn't expect people to game the system, so they made it realistic. Like, based on how you would really check, how many times you'd check the weather a day, or open up one part of the app a day, or whatever. And I saw this as a system I could game. And it's the Weather Channel. Who cares? Like, that's not annoying to fight with. You're just like, oh no, I now know what the weather is in Seattle. Because today's point thing was search another city or whatever. Because that's what they give you, like, point tasks for the day. And then there's, like, multipliers for the day. And,
Microsoft did a similar thing with, like, Microsoft points.
Well, with Bing, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you did that for a while.
Yeah, it was Bing. That's what it was. It would ask you to, like, search a certain amount of things. You got
it's because
points,
when you unified your Microsoft account, it got you Xbox Gold crap. Because that was back when Microsoft went all of our ecosystems together. So your Bing points goes towards your Xbox points. And Bryan was like, that gets me games.
like, oh, I can get Xbox gift cards? Cool.
Yeah. Like, that's literally what happened. And Bryan went, cool. I just have to do my 10 searches a day on Bing? Fine. Pineapples. Boobies. Granular whatever. English.
Pineapples. Boobies. Pineapples that look like boobies.
Yeah, you just had to do your 10 searches or whatever a day and like read one article on MSN and they're like, sounds good to us. And you get your like 150 Xbox points and like you only need like 1,000 for a game. So you're like, wow, this is literally a scam. You're scamming yourself.
It wasn't that good. It was every 100 points is $1. But you, like you said, you can get like 150 to 300 points a day. So after 2 days, I got $6. So basically, if I did that every single day, 6 times 7, $42. It would take me a little over a week to get a new Xbox game, $60.
Yeah, no, it was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you doing that for a while. Because I remember vividly, like, sometimes it being, like, late in the day and you hadn't turned on a computer all day. And you're like, oh no, I need to get my Bing points.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm serious. I've been there with him.
But I broke the system even more. My friend Blake from who I've been friends with on Xbox since I was like 12 or 13, we found a way to link our Microsoft accounts. So any game we buy on the Xbox Marketplace, the other person got the game too.
Oh, so like you have a family account essentially.
And he also did the Microsoft Bing points to get.
So you'd make decisions on,
day.
hey, you go get Red Dead Redemption 2 or Red Dead Redemption at that point. Sorry.
Yeah. You're aging us.
I'll buy Saints Row 3. Sorry, just had to kick us in the balls. You're making it when I realized when this is happening.
Andrew, that hurt me. Did that hurt you?
Yeah, well, because Saints Row 4 didn't come out till we were in college, so.
Saints Row 3 and Red Dead Redemption. Oh, that was such a long time ago.
I'm sorry, I had to kick us in the balls, man. It was so easy.
The original Red Dead Redemption came out when I was in 8th grade.
Yeah. Exactly. People really didn't start playing that game till like a year after it came out because it was so expensive at start. Everyone went, no. It didn't run well on some consoles. Everyone was like,
I think I got it for Christmas that year.
See,
I know some people got it. I know it didn't get popular till like a year later, especially when YouTube gaming began in like 2010, 2011. And that's when people were like, this game looks fun.
I love that area of time, like the late aughts, early 2010s, where gaming became a huge thing on YouTube, and you just see people doing playthroughs, achievement hunting, like things like that. I loved that era.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, 'cause
And
that's
Red
when
Dead
Red Dead's
Redemption
sales went
was
up.
pretty big. Hmm.
Well, also because your horse could get
It's
run over by
also
the train.
that's also when Minecraft came out.
Oh yeah, that was big.
Minecraft is still big, dude. It has been 13 years, I think.
I run Minecraft servers right now.
Do you really?
Yeah, we've a Nat Disaster server.
Conlan wants to one day build Zista City in Minecraft.
We
He needs to
already have
get on it.
begun working on. We've Noxed Treehouse. We have this really like weird tower I built because I don't know what we were doing. There's a couple other like small things we've done, but no, we totally have it. I can send you the link for it if you ever want to play in it, Andrew.
I've never really played Minecraft before.
Okay, but we do have it.
Maybe.
We all can play together one day, which might be worth it.
Oh my god, Nat Disaster games.
Yeah, because like say we all have time to get together, but we don't have time for like Bryan doesn't have a session written. There's no reason why we can't all get on Discord and all play Minecraft together instead.
Yeah,
Like Callum can't play Minecraft. He does not have a computer that can play Minecraft currently, but we can work on that.
Ooh, we could do that instead of a DisasterCast in the morning at one point.
Yeah, it's a separate thing than DisasterCast. Say a different morning, we could do it. But or as I say, I think the best answer is because some in the future when we're doing the main campaign, we'll have time. There'll be times where I'm sure it's gonna take you time to write, and maybe in between that month it usually takes you to write right now because of your free time. Like I understand until you move house, you're gonna have no free time. Once you move, you're like, yay! I did a step. I did. And maybe it'll be closer to your work even. So like, yay! I don't have to drive for half an hour some days.
Hopefully.
I know. But we can do in between. We can do a very simple thing where we just get on call for 3 hours. It doesn't have to be all of us. That way we don't have to care if everyone's schedules meets up. As long as we get like 50%, we're like, cool. Let's go play Minecraft for 3 hours together. And we all deserve to decompress and spend time together.
And like I said too, I would also want to do solo gaming stuff. Like I want to do my Pokemon randomizer and stuff like that. So
we'll get you set up for that when you move.
Games, whenever we do Nat Disaster gaming, that'd be awesome.
I think we should do a little bit of it. This year, I'm starting actually streaming this year. Not this week because I'm too busy this week. Also because I'm working on the writing part for some of my ideas for the channel. I intend to do 2 podcasts. One will be a basic news podcast. Well, I just yell at the news. I'm just going to yell opinions at the news. The other one is going to be with, I think I'm going to do it with Chris Teal, but I'll do it with any of you guys if you want to join me one day, where we just pick a topic and go at it. So we each essentially get, at the beginning of the week, get told the topic. Say it's war in Ukraine. Or maybe something less controversial. That's not really controversial, but like winter weather, something like that. Just a random topic. Could be controversial, could be simple and fun, could be a video game, whatever. And we each research it and make questions for each other, and we bring them to the podcast. So that way you at least have something to keep going at in case you don't build conversation easily on the topic. Say it's a boring topic by accident. You at least have questions. Right. I know it sounds like a homework assignment, but I've kind of been missing the fun homework assignments like ask like 3 questions to like George Washington. Those are fun. Those are stupid. Things like that's fun when it came to homework, when they gave you fun homework, which wasn't a lot, but I liked fun homework. And I think I might try and do that, and then I'll do some build some Lego, play some video games.
When people have to work from home, is all their work they're doing just homework?
Yes, I guess. That's what it feels like as a person who does work from home stuff. That's what it's the same level of stress. Because you're like, I don't want to be doing this here in my house.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
Because you're doing it in your relaxation space, like a lot of the time. Because, well, my good computer is my, this one. So I'm going to do my CAD work on this. But
Mm-hmm.
I also don't want to be sitting here doing CAD work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you.
But I do it. Yeah, I'll get paid.
Nice ceiling fan, Andrew.
Thanks.
Very 90s.
It is very. This house was built in the 1980s, so therefore a 90s design.
This house was actually built in 2004.
Oh really?
No.
Wow. I
Yep.
guess they just picked the older styled fans.
Inspired
Actually, no,
by the
Brian.
90s.
Actually, if you look, it doesn't. Do you know how like they usually have like the molded bar in the center? It doesn't have the molded bar in the center. That's how you can tell it's newer. They made it more aerodynamic. They decided to take half the weight of the damn fan blade off because it was a hazard.
Look at
Spin
us.
up this propeller to.
Look at us between 26 and 28. Ceiling fan knowledge.
Well, I also work in construction, Brian.
I know. I'm finding
You
hilarious
guys,
too,
yeah,
because
that's weird. You're all weird that you know about
I'm
ceiling
looking
fans.
at houses. I'm looking at houses. Okay.
I work in the construction industry. Of course, I know what ceiling fans be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not looking forward to looking for a place to live.
Same. That's why we stopped looking when we were planning the wedding. I was getting too stressed out.
I'm seeing at least 2 houses this weekend, at least. Both in Meriden.
Oh, Meridon's a little bit further away.
It's about 25 minutes for my job. I do it about 20-minute commute now.
I know, but that's still farther away than your current commute, technically. Because technically, if there wasn't traffic going into New Haven, it would take 10 minutes to get to East Haven. Because I've taken 10 minutes to get to East Haven before.
No, we're just thinking maximum 40-minute commute, just because the housing market is
I know, a mess.
mess.
Absurd right now.
That's a good way to say it, a mess. And also some towns like Hamden, which would be like close, are dick on taxes. It's like $6,000 to $8,000 a year in taxes.
That's because Hamden's
I
one of
see.
those cities that has, things
Mm-hmm.
and decent schools.
Yeah,
It's like
but yeah,
getting
it's just
hammered
hard to. We've opened up our horizons just because we got a small bracket of houses that we qualify for.
Yeah.
I
And,
know, we haven't even talked about to a mortgage person, mainly because originally our plan was Vermont, where it's gonna be cheap enough that we could do it mainly with cash. But if we do Connecticut, that won't work.
Mm-hmm. Connecticut, you gotta find something with either in good condition but is small, or is a fixer upper and cheap, and be able to put the money into it. So when you sell it, you've made a profit.
hmm
Yeah, and the problem is lots of places are too far gone and too expensive for how far. Like if they were $100,000 in that broken, it'd be like, okay, fine, sure, fine, I'll survive.
Yep.
I'll remember to wear a face mask in the shower.
That's just my student loans again. So
Yeah, that's whatever. If $100,000 house is kind of real fucked up, that's fine. But a $300,000 house that needs new windows is like, dudes, that's $30,000.
Andrew, do you think you're gonna try to get like an apartment by yourself first, or do you think you would go straight to house?
Andrew's like, I don't even fucking know. I have not been thinking about this bullshit. I don't want to kill myself yet.
So I have about 2.5 years. My parents are planning on retiring in the summer of 2025. And then once they do that, they're going to move to South Carolina and sell this house.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Aw.
I don't fucking know, dude. I can't afford a house right now.
Yeah, you just gotta see what you're pre-qualified for. It's so adult. I fucking hate like.
Especially
What-
considering it's just me,
Mm-hmm.
and I have about over $100,000 in student loan debt. So
Well, all depends on has that affected your credit score negatively.
my credit score is not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
Because they actually don't care how much debt you're in. Mortgage places, their goal is to put you in more debt. So your level of existing debt is meaningless to them. Their goal is we want to own you. Dance for us, surf boy, dance. That's what they want. That's the point of owing things. Is to be in people's debt.
I got pre-qualified by myself, because I have a good credit score, and I get a decent amount that I'm pre-qualified for. I don't want to say over the air, but it was a decent size. So
my guess is 450.
If your credit score is good, you could probably get pre-qualified on your own for a decent amount.
Yeah, and at this point, it's actually cheaper to have a mortgage than it is to have a rent payment.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 years away. I don't really want to think about that right now.
It's actually, that is a lie, is a year and a half away, Andrew. Do not believe. I know it'll take time for your parents to sell the house, but it'll take time for you to look for a place to live. Plan a year to 9 months for how much time you need to look. Because with market volatility, with the fact that you have to fill out paperwork, which is the fact that something can fall through, you need to... This is why I was young at Bryan, since he told me that they were moving out of the place. I've been young him since that day, then figure out where you're moving to next, and he's been like, I'll deal with it after the weddings. I'll deal with it after the weddings.
Okay, we had so much going on.
I know, Bryan. I'm just being a dick. But my point to you, Andrew, is the sooner you start, the better off you are. Even if you're only doing a small amount, like, hey, let me talk to a realtor and have them send me houses every once in a while, just so I can know what I'm looking at. You know? That's what me and Casey have right now with one of our realtors, is we told them that we've paused looking because we're dealing with wedding stuff. And he's like, but keep sending us houses that look like would be something that we'd like. And he's like, okay, cool. So I get an email every day or two from up in Vermont of houses that are on my spectrum of liking. That way I can keep looking and seeing what features I definitely don't want and what features I definitely do want when I see a house.
I don't even know where to start.
Exactly. So that's the key. Is you do need to. It's like practicing on a game where you're not doing great and you're like, okay, I need to do some practice rounds. It's the same concept.
That's why you get a good realtor. Like, I got a good realtor who literally I know nothing about it, and he's just like, okay, here's what you need to know. He was a family friend, so you don't need to know anything about it. They'll help you through it as long as you find a good one.
Yeah, I know about houses, so for me, realtors are superfluous.
We're all adults now. It's literally crazy.
This is the most depressing part of a podcast ever. Is this back half has become about house buying and credit scores. Know what? Let's move to a world where there isn't maybe credit scores, but there definitely is a social structure system that's hard to buy houses with. The city of Zista.
Oh my god. Delson needed to find a place to live, and he bought an apartment complex and went through all of his money.
Uh-huh.
He's making none of it back. Luckily, he paid in full, but
I think Delson's mentality, and Andrew, correct me if I'm wrong, was, okay, I need a place for my lair. Built it, bought the complex and built the lair, and then just full on went into vigilantism. So you had no regard for making money back through the building. You just
Delson's about to have his first rentee. Did you know that, Delson? You're about to be your first rentee.
That's true.
Rain's moving into Delson's apartment complex because she needs to move because she's angered people. And being closer to Delson is by far safer. There's a chance. There's a crazy vigilante below me, so you shouldn't fuck with me.
If Rain ever needs something from Delson just looks at her. Oh, where's my month's rent?
Rain will pay on time. She's also only gonna live at Delson's place for a short period of time. It's maybe gonna be a year. Because my goal is to get my character. Oh, who knows? A year in our time compared to a year in her time is like 25 years. So, who fucking knows, dude? We will know for a long time. I'm sorry, that was such a call out to Bryan. I'm sorry. That's not your fault. This isn't a real full-time job yet. Then this could go much faster.
So much faster if I can just sit in an office space and just write.
Yeah,
every day.
I know. And just have a little bit of music on. Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm.
We're working on it, Bryan. Don't worry.
Bliss.
But like in a year's time for Rain, she intends to get back into control of her parents' accounts. If she has the money, depending on what state her parents' accounts are, there's a very big possibility Rain's going to have to run down some debtors who have been like, they're dead. We're not going to put the money in the account. And Rain be like, hey, you've owed me 25% revenue on this product that sold whatever. I'm supposed to have 400,000 gold pieces in my account. Where are they?
Mm-hmm.
So I already know I'm going to have to do some of that because there's no way everyone paid out into an account for dead people for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them, me personally, Conlan Rose. Rain's going to be real upset with those people. But she intends to get back into her family estate because she still legally owns it.
So is that going to be a session where you just yell at me for about an hour and I pretend to be people? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you intend to be stockbrokers? No, I think that can happen off camera. That we can just do some rolls, and I don't think we need to get that boring to Rain yelling at board members of a publishing company. That sounds like just a dumb. It sounds like something if we do it, it's me and you by ourselves as a joke at like midnight drunk. Like it's not a real set. It's like this is canon, but just it's okay if you want to just breeze through and be like, so she asked for her money back. Yeah. But we're gonna go all out and get fucked. Each do 5 shots and go.
Yeah. Well, I have to start getting ready for work. I don't know, do you guys want to continue the podcast when I leave, or do you think...
I think if Andrew wants to keep chatting, I'll keep chatting, but I think we're going to end the podcast because usually we strive for an hour and a half to 2 hours, and we're about to hit that 2 hour mark, because this isn't a session, so a podcast shouldn't be more than 2 hours. That's just long.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, yeah, I gotta get out of my blanket hoodie, put on my uniform, and get back to real life.
Oh, man, at least you don't have to put a vest on.
Lame.
Yeah, and hey, we now have Blue Jean Friday, and I can wear a t-shirt that says Carmax Cares.
Nice.
I would slit my wrists. I would just wear the regular uniform on Friday and be like, what's the difference?
I've started doing it just because it's more comfortable, and I like t-shirts, so I'll take whatever chance I get to wear a t-shirt.
That's fair. I also like t-shirts, but at that point, it's one of those things that's like, look, it's casual, not really Friday. You're like, who cares? Like, at this point, who gives a fuck?
Honestly.
Right.
All right, well.
Okay, DisasterCast people. This will probably get replayed for tomorrow at like 5 p.m. So good luck to those people. It won't be so early in the morning for them.
Those of you who have been here actually watching at 3:30, you're insane. Go to bed, but thank you. And
it's us. It's just us. Maybe next time you'll see Callum,
who's supposed to be here today.
Goodbye, DisasterCast people who don't exist. It's okay. Good morning.